A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about extramarital affairs and how it can be very strongly pinpointed from the D9. And we need to consider a number of planets, a number of houses for that. Just one house? Yes, just one house. So let's talk about the extramarital affair as seen from the navamsha. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and suggestions there. If you haven't subscribed to us, please do, and do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. Extramarital affairs is one area that I get a lot of calls about, or people want to know that. Before I move into this topic, I need to give a disclaimer that just we are very sure on our end when we see all these things, but these things need to be seen by experts so that it can be very strongly pinpointed. Otherwise, one false belief in your mind can ruin an entire relationship and it can bring a lot of sorrow to all the other people involved. So this is something that should be taken up very responsibly by whoever who is doing the analysis. With this, as we move ahead, the second house in the navamsha forms a very important place when we talk about extramarital relationships. Why so? Because 7th house is your marriage, and when you talk about 8 houses, the 8th house from in any chart will talk about secrecy, something that is not open to others, that others don't know. So from the house of marriage, when you look into the 8th house, you find secrecy of marriage there, or secrecy from spouse there, secrecy in marriage there, and so it reflects very strongly the extramarital affair a person can have. When we talk about planets that can show a lot of love, affection, then Mars and Venus, when we talk about physical relationships, Mars and Venus, Rahu, they come on the forefront because Rahu expands. Rahu can also be a cheater. Mars and Venus show that physical energy that needs to be expressed. So when we talk about this extramarital affair in the second house, if there is by chance a combination of Rahu and Mars there along with Venus, then it's a bad case. And if just Mars and Venus, then also it will reflect many a times that an extramarital affair is there. With this, let's look into a number of examples. Okay, the first example I take here, you see the Lagna, the D9, it's the navamsha that I am moving into directly. The D9 Lagna is Aries, and the Taurus being the second house here in the D9, you see the presence of the 5th lord, that is Sun, which causes you to be attracted in a relationship, romantic relationship. Mars Venus, which gives you a physical liking, attraction, and Rahu, that gives you an ability to cheat. So this person has had relationships outside marriage, which has also, as we know, can play havoc with a person's marriage. Again, we take another relationship, another chart here, and here you see that in the second house, you have Sun, Venus, Jupiter and Saturn, and Jupiter and Saturn are retrograde. So they are not going to work in the way that they should. Such a person can derive a lot of pleasure because there is also Venus sitting there, and along with Sun, which gives you the charisma to attract people. It may have been an open relationship, not a hiding one, but nevertheless, because there is also Sun and Saturn sitting there, two malefics, it can, and Sun is in his own house. So the person can be very openly and very stoically going in for a relationship of his own. Now, we have to understand that the second house and the 8th house are related. Okay? So, So when there are planets in the 2nd and the 8th both, you would be able to make out that it's both the parties that are having relationships outside marriage, and that relationship has really been uh, has spoiled the marriage to a great degree. Look into it. Do let us know what you think about this video. And again, before I leave, I would give you a serious caution that when we talk about extramarital affairs and we look into other people's chart, we must be 100% sure before we make these comments, because there are a lot of lives at stake. Till we meet with you again, stay safe. Thank you.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.